Spider-Man Brand New Day is a pretty entertaining movie. More importantly, we can see Marvel is at least trying to move away from the pure political correct BS that they have been doing for the past few years. Now, looking at the movies or TV shows Marvel made in Phase 5, most of them follow a generic formula. 1. Major events have little lasting impact. Marvel constantly introduces events that should completely change the universe, but later projects barely acknowledge them. Like in the Eternals or the Marvels, major events occur that should have changed the world, but it was barely mentioned, as if it's not in a shared universe. 2. Emotional moments are constantly interrupted by jokes. Comedy has always been part of Marvel, but recent projects often use humor at the exact moment the audience is supposed to feel something.
Friend from work!
Like Thor Ragnarok, that was the perfect example. Film about a god killer and Thor losing Padme, Jane, should be very emotional, but it's just constant jokes and that goat. Oh my god, that goat is so annoying. I can feel my IQ dropping by watching that movie. 3. Representation sometimes replaces characterization. Marvel have to insert diverse casts, but don't do those characters and actors justice. They will either be poorly written or just straight up appear as annoying and unrelatable, causing massive hate in these characters as well as the actors. Lastly, the villains have motives on paper, but never any development. Many Marvel villains technically have understandable motives, but eventually it just boils down to they're just purely evil. Villains don't really have a good reason to be the way they are. Even if they do, they don't carry it through, causing the characters to feel extremely fake. Now, Spider-Man Brand New Day feels like Marvel finally is trying to address these issues and bring the audience something that they really want to see. The first example is Bruce Banner. So they've been kind of butchering the Hulk for the past couple of years with a smart Hulk, Hulk that doesn't lose control. But now it seems like they're going back to the root, which is Savage Hulk, right? So Bruce seems like he can no longer control the Hulk, and now the Hulk will just go on a rampage. Also, the spells from the previous movie, laid by Doctor Strange, still has effect, and the characters are not just immediately remembering Peter Parker, so it actually has effect. So it feels like the movie is a continuation and not just something that has no consequence. Now, I think the villain in this movie is a little bit more interesting than those traditional just evil people. Damage control is not technically a villain. They're just trying to do their jobs just like everybody else. But in this case, doing their job may be hurting individuals. So that actually presents the viewer with some questions as to what is right and what is wrong. Is it okay to sacrifice one person if it means saving an entire system? So in this way, I guess there is no real right answer. It's really the audience can interpret them any other way. And that's how I think villains are more interesting. That being said, there's still some of those corny Marvel stuff, like Frank Castle's being kind of used for comedy in this movie. I didn't particularly hate it, but I thought maybe they dumbed him down a little bit too much, and he's kind of losing that Punisher touch. However, that being said, I think Jean Grey is still not being used very well in this movie. In the start, she is portrayed as a villain. She straight up almost or did kill people. Although later on it is revealed that she was trying to save her sister, but no amount of I'm looking for my sister can justify controlling an old lady drive a tank into a building and blowing up a ton of people. So Brand New Day does not completely escape Marvel's recent writing problems, but it does feel like a step in the right direction. Consequences remain permanent, familiar characters are returning to their original identities, and the conflict is driven by moral questions rather than another generic villain trying to destroy the world. Overall, I gotta say, I'm gonna give this movie a thumbs up. I would recommend people to go watch it, and let's see if Marvel can continue this trend and give the people what they really want. That's all I got for today. Please like, subscribe to this video, and spread it around. I'll see you all in the next one.